Welcome to the Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged podcast. I'm Joanne, a female entrepreneur, small business coach, and a creative business owner on a mission to help and inspire other women out there who want to make a decent living doing something they love. If you have your own small business, or maybe you've been thinking about starting one but not sure where to start, then this podcast is for you. I share everything I know about starting a creative business from my own experience of running my handmade stationery company, Vintage Twee. It's as honest and as down to earth as me, and it's an eclectic mix of sound business advice, northern humour, and real life, because it's not easy, is it? This podcast celebrates the selflessness, the strength, and resilience of women, because we possess a superpower so great that we can handle whatever life throws at us and come out the other side. We are survivors, we are warriors, and we are as determined as hell to succeed. Hello and welcome. If you've not listened to my podcast before, thank you for pressing play and giving me a go. And to all my regular listeners, you know how grateful I am that you come back every week and that you tell me how much you are enjoying my episodes. I'm truly, truly thankful. So my dad came over this week and he said to me, hey, Gels, which is his nickname for me. It comes from calling me Jellybean when I was little. Anyway, he said to me, hey, Gels, I've been listening to your podcast. It's bloody brilliant. I was really flattered. I just felt all lovely inside, it was taking the time to sit and listen to what I had to talk about. And not because he wants to learn how to start a creative business, but because he genuinely was enjoying listening, to his daughter, and he was proud. So I said to him, oh, thanks, Dad. That's really sweet. You're taking an interest in me. It means a lot. And he goes, yeah, of course. I put it on when I get in bed at night, and the next thing I know, it's morning. It's so bloody relaxing. It sends me to sleep. I was like, all right, thanks, Dad. I'm going to take that as a compliment, honestly. Anyway, I just had to share that little story with you because it made me laugh this week. But today, we're going all cosmopolitan here on the Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged podcast. And I have a guest joining me from my favourite country on earth, Italy. And she's a truly lovely lady who reached out to me a few weeks ago to tell me all about her business and ask if she could come on my podcast to share the story of how she started her business. Her name is Isida, Izzy for short, and she moved to the UK from Italy 8 years ago. She now resides in London with her husband and two young boys who are just 3 and 5 years old. Gorgeous age, isn't it? Izzy's background was in interior design, but after having her children and muddling through the effects of COVID, like we all did, she decided that it was just too difficult to uphold her current job and juggle childcare and all the stress that comes with it of trying to hold down a 9 to 5, when you've got kids. So after many conversations with her husband, she decided it was time to follow her dream. And last year, she opened her own online boutique selling beautiful Italian-made scarves. Her business is called Pashmisy. And when I originally spoke to Izzy, I just instantly connected with her because I just felt and I noticed that she had the same will and determination to succeed as I do. Like, failure is just not an option. And we instantly clicked and I could feel that energy from her. She's passionate about sustainable fashion. She has been featured in Glamour magazine. And she can transform a pashmina into a chic top in one swift move. I kid you not. She told me all about it. I practiced my Italian the night before I interviewed her, actually. I got top marks for pronouncing bruschetta correctly. I've been calling it bruschetta all this time, which was really annoying one of my Italian friends. Who knew? Anyway, top marks for that. I thoroughly enjoyed chatting to Izzy, and I'm sure that you'll love hearing her story too. So here's my interview with Isida, founder of Pashmisy. Hello, welcome to the podcast, Izzy. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. A bit excited.
Yeah, I know, me too. I mean, it's so lovely to have you. I was just saying to you before we came on this that you're only my second guest to have on my podcast, so I'm really excited, and I hope it all goes well. And I won't ask you anything too confusing. We'll just have a conversation, like I said. We'll just talk about yourself, your business. There's so much to talk about actually because you've got a really interesting business that I absolutely love. And I'll just let people know that it's actually Izzy that reached out to me a few weeks ago. And yeah, it was brilliant because I didn't know, obviously, you existed. You found my website and you came to me and you asked to be on the podcast, which was amazing. And, the first person to reach out and say that to me. So thank you for that. You made me feel absolutely brilliant when I
Well,
got
thank
the
you for
email.
inviting me and for
Oh, not
giving
at
me the
all.
opportunity.
Not at
Uh,
all. It's
yeah,
brilliant.
I mean, for me, it's my first podcast, and I'm not used to be interviewed. So as you can see, but yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah.
It'll be brilliant. We're going to find out all about you. I mean, let's start. Obviously, your business is called Pashmisy,
Yes,
and you're a London-based brand, aren't you?
exactly.
Of Italian-made scarves, which are absolutely beautiful. So when Izzy emailed me, I went on her website straight away, like you do. Google people that email you, don't you, and have a look. And I was so impressed.
Oh,
Like the
thank you.
scarves were like unbelievable. They're bold, they're bright, they're so beautiful. And it stood
Yeah.
out to me instantly. And I thought, yeah, I like these. I like this product. I'm going to like this lady. So I'm going to get back to her. But yeah, tell us about your scarves. So, like I say, they're bold, they're beautiful, they're stylish. Um, why did you start Pashmizi? Tell me all about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because I love the colors. I mean, I also like neutral colors, definitely, but I love the accessories to be bold, vibrant colors. And the scarves is something that I've always loved in my life. I think since I was a teen, probably, I've never gone out, left home without a scarf. I
No,
mean,
well,
was the first thing that I was buying when winter was coming, or even in summer, or spring. When I go on holiday, for example, is the first thing that I put in my luggage is a scarf
yeah,
because can be a bit of breeze, of wind, of that, and I need a scarf. I always need something.
yeah,
So, and I was always fascinated by silk because I love the touching, the softness, and yeah, when I first moved to UK, which was in 2016, and I was having in mind this business, but I mean, for me, it was so early because I just moved to UK and I needed to have a lot of experience here in
of
order
course.
to be integrated in the UK. And so I was working in the office. I was working for the interior designs company. I was working on the project management of the interior designs company on the textiles, where I got a lot of knowledge, let's say,
Mm,
the texture, about the fabrics, how they are, and talking with the suppliers and everything. So yeah, and then my life changed. So I got married, I got two kids. Then in between there was COVID, and I had to resume to work with my after having two kids, and I was struggling a bit. And then having a, let's say, a discussion and or talking to my husband, and I said, listen, my dream is to have this e-commerce of scarves, and I showed him everything. He was a bit aware of it, definitely, because I had
yeah,
been talking to him since 2016.
it's been a long time in the making.
Probably wasn't a everyday topic, no,
Yeah,
but I mean, he was aware of it definitely.
yeah,
And yeah, and I said, I'm struggling with the kids, I'm struggling with my work, being in the office at 9 o'clock, and the eldest one is about to start school and is going to have different times, and I mean, uh, I won't be able to be at home by 6 o'clock. I mean, when the kids are at home, and I was struggling to find
mm,
nannies and everything. So it was many, and then this is how I set up the Pashmisy. And Pashmisy, it's a combination of name like Pashmina plus Easy, because my name is Isida, but
yes, we just had this conversation. Yeah,
not everyone can remember my name because it's quite a hard name, I would say, even though it's short.
I had to ask you as well, didn't I? I had to say,
I know.
come on, how do you
So,
pronounce your name? I'm
and
really sorry.
to everyone, I said, call me Easy.
Yeah,
and that's why I said Pashmisy, Pashmina, the first words of Pashmina, and then easy, Pashmisy.
Brilliant.
So yeah, and also another thing is because when I first moved to UK, I was missing scarves. Really, I was missing because I couldn't find scarves that don't cost a fortune,
Mm.
but with a very, very good quality, like the Italian quality, the made in Italy, and I was missing that. And I said, no, I need to set it up. I needed to set it up because when you are dressed up with neutral colors and you need an accessory to elevate your style, and I think the
Yeah.
scarves is ideal. And also the scarves, they are very, it's a very good, let's say, piece for giving as a present to
Yes.
anyone.
So beautiful. Great Christmas presents, aren't they, as
Yeah,
well?
yeah,
It's
they are. So yeah, this is how it started. And I
amazing.
mean, many, many, many things.
It's
And
just as you mentioned being a mum as well, I think that's a major motivation for a lot of people to start a business because you can't hold down the job that you used to do or a 9 to 5. You just can't do it when you've got kids because it's just the timings don't work. You've got so much stress, additional stress when they're off ill. And working for
exactly.
yourself gives you that flexibility, doesn't it? Of just saying, you know what, um, I can be there for my kids as well and I can make this work. And I think it's a massive motivation for a lot of women out there. It is for me still. I mean, I started my business before I had my little girl, but now even more so, I realise I'm so glad that I did it because I can do whatever I want now. It's you
Yeah,
don't
because the school starts around 9 o'clock. I mean, at 9 o'clock, I need to be in the office, and the
yeah,
office it's not just in front of my house. I need to
no,
take a train to go to the office.
exactly. Got all the
Always
commute.
gonna
Yeah,
drop my son. My husband, most of the times he has to travel.
yes,
Especially when I was pregnant, my husband was traveling. I think twice per week. So he was traveling all a lot, and also when I had my first one, he was traveling, and then COVID started, and then he stopped traveling, and now I think also probably he's not traveling as much as during before COVID, but he has to travel, and I need to
needs to
take
be here.
care of
Yeah,
them.
needs to be
And
around.
also I was finding changing nanny every 2 3 months for me was very very hard, very hard emotional for me, for my son, for my kids, I mean, especially, and I couldn't handle changing a person every 2 3 months.
No, very stressful, and
It
that
was very, very
actually,
stressful,
yeah,
but yeah, but then I enjoy Pashmizi because I choose the collection. I'm in touch with the suppliers, and they are all, let's say, family-run businesses in Italy, and they are quite famous, of course. Um,
I was
and
just going to
then,
ask you about that. Actually, your suppliers, they are in Italy, aren't they? So
yeah,
they,
they are in Italy,
which part
definitely.
of Italy is it?
Is in Como,
Okay, I don't know that.
Lake Como.
Oh, I do know Lake Como. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because Como is very famous for silk. It has been
Yes.
years and years and years. I mean, centuries. I think they have been famous for the silk. So, and I believe that they have the best silk.
Perfect place for it, isn't it, to
I mean,
start
if it's
to
not the best, one of the best in the world, I believe. So, to be objective, so I don't want to be.
yes.
So, one of the best in the world, I think, Como is, and also in terms of the designs, what they offer, and also how they do the work. For example, the ham here, how they do. Some of them they are handmade, some of them they are machine handmade. So it's very particular, it's very
Yes.
precise, I mean, it's unbelievable how
The
they.
workmanship looks amazing. I mean, they've got one on now as we're speaking, and it looks so nice. And I've got to say to people, if they're not following you on social media, they really should because
Oh,
it
thank you.
shows you how
A very, I mean, a hard work in a social media.
oh, it's so hard. I mean, you show people how to actually wear a scarf, right? Because I did not know until I watched your Instagram videos on there and your reels because
Well, I'm just in front of my mirror and improvise myself. I improvise and I do this, I do that, and say, no, this is not nice, this is okay, okay, this
yeah,
is fine. So I improvise myself. I mean, I don't have a guideline, honestly. So I was on holiday, for example, and I have one of these very, very massive scarves, which are oversized scarves, which are 140 centimeters times 140 centimeters, and you can wear it as a blouse if you want it. And I
Wow.
did it. I mean, I said it was so hot in Italy, and I said, "What shall I wear?" I mean, I was always in shorts,
Yeah,
definitely, but I said, "I am boiling." I mean,
oh, good
if I
idea.
I mean, it was really hot, and it was evening. Okay, it was like 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the evening, not not in the morning or 3 o'clock p.m. And I said, "What shall I wear?" And then I took the scarf, and I don't know how I did, and it came out as a top, a very chic, stylish top, and everyone was, "Oh, very nice." It's a scarf.
Do you know what, right? You just made me laugh there because I was thinking, I love Italy. It's one of my favourite places on earth. It really is. And we were just talking about Sicily, weren't we, and how amazing Sicily is, which is where you went on holiday. But I'm laughing because whenever I go to Italy, I always look around and I see these beautiful women wearing gorgeous clothes and look so stylish. Like obviously, as you did in wearing a scarf as a top, you've pulled that off, obviously. And I look around, I think there's me in my clothes from like the year 1999 from Primark. You know, they're like falling apart, and it's just when I look at them, I just think, wow. And I'm going to watch your Instagram video so I learn how to wear a scarf because they're so good. Honestly, not following Izzy, do it.
I'm
It's
just
brilliant.
improvising. I'm just improvising, and I like it, and I love it. I mean, it's
It's
very nice. It's very nice to know how to wear them, how to style them,
course.
and
And the price of your scarves are reasonable as well, aren't they, for Italian silk?
thank you. Yeah, I mean, this is what I is my aim to offer good quality and reasonable price. Yeah.
Yes,
And they are all
definitely.
made in Italy. I mean, it's our principle. It's made in Italy. I mean, I've been contacted from different suppliers, potential suppliers, that they want to collaborate with us, but they are not made in Italy. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I can't.
No, you do right because then you're staying true to your brand, aren't you? That's what you're about at the end of the day.
No,
You
because I want to bring something from Italy, and
push
it's
you.
not only the style, but also the quality. Because when you go to Italy, you can see how is the quality mm, of clothing, of everything. So, and
Push
that's
can you?
why I wanted to bring it here, and hopefully I will succeed. It. I don't
You were. Do you
know.
know? Well, when you emailed me, you said to me that there was like three main things that made Pashmisy unique, and that was the product itself, the fact that it's Italian scarves, you know, they're a quality that's hard to find in the UK, especially after Brexit. And you mentioned the price, like we just said, it's reasonable, fair compared to like overpriced high street brands as well. And the third thing you said was that you've got the will and the determination to succeed. And do you know what? I see myself in you so much because I was exactly like that as well. And you've got to have that will, you've got to have that determination in order to get
Yeah,
where
of
you want to
course. Of
be.
course.
And
Sometimes I have my down days,
of
definitely. I'm
course,
like, I'm not able, I'm not able. But then I'm saying, no, this is my dream. This is mine. I want to, because I think I mean, let's talk. I started Pashmizi. Let's say I launched Pashmizi, which went live in November 2023.
yeah, so not long ago,
Not long
coming up
ago,
for a
not
year.
even a year ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So I
brand
still
new.
have two months to celebrate here.
Yes, of course. That's amazing.
So yeah, and I have seen some achievements. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So
you've been featured in Glamour magazine. I know.
I was
Oh,
featured for 3 months. Yeah, every month I was at the Glamour magazine, and I was also we also sell the scarves via Wolf and Badger, which is a
yes,
marketplace, a very nice marketplace. And to get in is quite hard because
brilliant.
you need to provide everything. Like they need to check everything.
I think they focus on sustainability, don't they,
Yes,
as
they
well? Whereas I
focus on
noticed that's
sustainability because we
yeah,
are. I mean, with the suppliers that I'm working, they are committed to the slow fashion because they
yeah.
are really little. I mean, they are not big, massive companies. So, and also the production processes that they are using less pesticides, less energy, less water, and this makes the scarf sustainable. And also, they have the certificates for approving this. And I had to to provide this to Wolf and Badger, everything I had to provide to them, and they accepted. They say, okay, you are fine, and you can come in and sell via us. But otherwise, if you don't provide this certificates, you can't access
Good
any
stuff.
Wolf and Badger, because also they are very, very strict on the sustainability, because this is their core business.
That's right. That's their core values, isn't it? And do
Is a
you
core
find that Wolf and Badger is a good source for you to sell on? Is it a good platform? Does it work for
Yes,
you?
is a very good platform.
Yeah.
I would say it's nice. I mean, and they do quite a lot of marketing. They do events, and if you are a brand, you are invited to these brands.
Yes, you've got their, you can benefit from their marketing. It's a bit
Yeah,
like not
you
on the
can
high street.
benefit.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they have a shop in London,
Oh,
Los
right.
Angeles, and if I'm not wrong, in New York, but I'm not sure about that. I know Los Angeles and London, because in London we hosted. I mean, we stored our scarves for 3 months
Brilliant.
in London. But I'm not sure if they do have in New York. Los Angeles for sure, because but I can't remember New York.
You're international. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I have started to, yeah, I have
Yeah.
opened, because first Pashmisy was focused only on UK market, but
Yeah.
I realized that I was getting requests even from Europe or US, especially US, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna open the market.
Absolutely. Is that through your own website that you get those inquiries then?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
and now I'm, let's say, almost international, because we do deliver in Australia,
Yeah.
US and Europe. Yeah.
I mean, the way that you package up the scarves. So I had a look at, again, one of your reels. I like stalk you on social media because your
And
reels
also
are
the
absolutely
package is
brilliant.
sustainable.
They
It's
are.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There is a company here in UK. They provide bespoke package and branded package, and they are eco-friendly. Yeah,
Yeah, they're brilliant. You put the recyclable tissue paper, you
exactly.
do everything, you present it so beautiful. So, like you say, they
Oh,
make
thank
such a
you.
lovely gift. They do. I absolutely love it. I love your
Well,
reel.
it's everything that you can see. It's everything came from me, because um, I would say, I'm dealing as I am the customer and not the owner of Pashmizi.
Yeah, that is so right. And that is the right way to be with a business. I think you've got to get in the minds of your customer and think, what is
Exactly.
it
I'm
they
on their mind.
yeah, what is it they want to receive? How would they want to receive it? Packaging is so important. It's like when they get something, people used to say to me, like, they open it, it's like a gift, before they even see the product, they're
Exactly.
impressed.
And it's not that it's not that the client is paying an overprice. I mean, because probably some competitors, they say, if you want a gifted package, you need to pay more.
Yeah,
No, this is included on the on the price of the
it's
scarf.
brilliant.
So
It's so
it's not an
transparent.
extra or
Yeah.
add-on. No, it's everything included.
Yeah, it's right. It's the way to be because people appreciate that. They like to see a price and think, right, that's everything in, not get to check out and then be like, oh, it's an extra £6 for delivery and then it's this for VAT and blah, blah, blah. It just all mounts up, doesn't it? So, yeah, that's
Exactly.
fantastic. I wanted to ask you about, so do you go to the place where your scarves are made in Italy? Have
Yeah,
you been? You've been, yeah. Because you're a nervous flyer, aren't you? You told me.
I am. I am.
About
I
you.
mean, I am like, but well, we travel as a family, definitely, and I can't show this to my kids.
No, it's so hard.
But inside me is like, oh goodness me.
I've heard that you check the weather numerous times
Yes,
before
thank
you
you.
go.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I check the weather. I think every minute.
Yes.
I check the weather, for example, if I'm traveling from UK, because of course I live in London.
Yeah.
So I check the weather in London, how is it is in London, how is in Gatwick, how is in Heathrow, how is in, I don't know,
Really?
Stansted or Luton or whatever, from which airport I'm traveling from. I need to check the weather and
Yeah.
then where I'm going. So
Before you even get on the
I also
plane.
check the
Yeah.
route, what route is gonna do the plane, and
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna do. I mean, of course, they change every. I mean, even the pilots, they don't know what route they're gonna do, definitely. But I'm just with my imagination, and I
Yes.
check the weather. It's fine. It's not fine. And when I'm on the plane, the pilot he starts to talk, and I'm all my ears are open to hear him if we are gonna have turbulences or not, or that. Yes,
Are you one
that's
of those
your
people that
travel.
do the Do you do the safety demo then? Are you one of these people that listens intently, and I think they show you videos now. When I used to go on holiday when I was little on planes, used to have obviously the cabin crew used to do the demonstrations of wearing your life jacket
No,
and
no, no.
everything.
This I know. Oh, this I know.
Yeah,
Oh
but you
my
don't have to.
God. I
Well,
mean,
you
this I
have to
know definitely.
last time.
This I know. And I was about also to do the course that one of the big companies was offering, like for nervous flight. But then I didn't do it because I was reading. And but I can tell you, in the past, sometimes I have been crying when it was raining because I couldn't take the plane. And the
Yeah.
pilot came out and he reassured me. I can tell you.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, sometimes. But now that I have kids, I can't do this anymore. No,
changes quickly.
I'm very, I'm like, and quiet, really.
Yeah, until you're there, until you touch
Breathing,
down.
and then or I play with my kids on the plane, and we say, okay, now we can play, we can read, let's do a Lego just for keeping my
Yeah.
yeah.
They're a good distraction, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're a good
they're good
distraction in all
distractions.
senses.
And for example, my kid, my eldest one, he said, "Oh, my mama, the plane is moving a lot. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be fine."
Oh gosh.
I am like, I know,
But
but we're gonna be fine.
yeah, but even though you're nervous, obviously it's a massive thing for you, the fact that you don't like flying, you're doing it. And I think it's the same with a business as well. Like you have so many doubts and worries and you're scared and it's unpredictable. But we do it and we do it. We don't let that fear take over. And I think that is the key when you're starting a business. A lot of people may quit because they get afraid or they get scared that, sales are low, things are not happening. As you probably know, you get months where you might not make any money, or you might get weeks that you might not make any money, and it's scary.
Yeah,
But we have to carry on and we have to keep doing it because that consistency will eventually pay off
exactly.
and you
This is
become
what,
established.
yeah, that's very true. I mean, and this is with a flight, so I don't give up flighting. So
Yeah, you love
I
traveling, you love
still
doing
go.
it, and you want this lifestyle for
I
yourself as
have
well.
my family in Italy. I have to go. So
Yeah, and you have to go. How many times a year do you go then?
oh, I
Quite a
think
few.
probably 3, 4 times per
Yeah,
year. Probably, yeah.
fabulous. Wish I could go to Italy 3 or 4 times a
Yeah,
year, I
yeah,
tell
but
you.
we go different places because my family is in a different place. My husband's family is in a different place, so they are completely different. It's like 5
Yeah,
hours apart.
yeah.
So it's quite so that's why we have to split the travels. Like this time we're going to this family, the other time we're going to this family, and then another time we're going for ourselves.
Oh, yes, no family whatsoever. You can just enjoy it, can't you? Absolutely. So, where do you see what would you like to happen next for Pashmisy? What is the future of Pashmisy and where would you like to go with it? Obviously, we're doing this podcast today, which is great. We're going to let everybody know about your business as well. But what are sort of your goals that you would like to achieve for your business?
Well, my goal to achieve for now, I am by myself, and I have someone probably that is helping a bit on the marketing and the social media.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, my aim is to grow my
grow.
business definitely, and to have someone next to me as a colleague to help me out with all the queries and
Yes,
everything. So
it's
to be
hard on your
able
own, isn't it?
to hire someone like a full-time person. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard on your own. You're managing everything. They're saying you've got young children
Yeah.
as well. How
Yeah.
old are your boys then?
My eldest one is 5 in a bed, and the little one is 3. So
Yeah.
it's last year that he's going to nursery, and next year he's going to be at school.
Exactly. This is like me this year. I mean, it's nice when they've gone, don't get me wrong, but God, it's a weird
Yeah.
feeling. All of a sudden, you're like, wow, I'm
Yeah,
alone.
yeah, and I have 2 boys, who are very, very demanding, and they are boys. They want to run, they want to
Yeah.
do everything, but they know everything about Pashmisis. So
How do you juggle the business with the boys then? So obviously you can work when they're in nursery and in school, but obviously when you have a business, it's all the time, isn't it? It's evenings and it's
exactly.
weekends. So how do you manage that?
Well, I try to manage because I set up the hours. Because my husband, he also taught me you need to set up the hours, the time, because otherwise you are going to be working 24 hours and it's not safe for you. So I set up my hours. I say, for example, okay, from 9 until 3, I have the time to work. Okay,
Yeah.
I will do everything this time. And then let's say from 3 until 7, 8 o'clock, I'm not going to do anything, probably because I will be most of the time with my kids. And
Yes.
then I do a bed in the evening.
Yes, exactly. That's the same for a lot of us female entrepreneurs.
It depends on them. So sometimes, for example, now the eldest one, he's having clubs also, which are sports clubs, and this, for example, makes him to finish a bit later. So and
Yes.
then I shift my time until 4, probably until 5. Yeah, and then so I can work 2 hours more, and then probably I'm not working in the evening.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Yes.
it's
Okay, we don't
and
wanna work.
during the weekend, well, during the weekend, I split with my, for example, with my husband. Let's say, okay, now we do a bed like 2 3 hours with the kids, and then I will take over with them just
Yes.
for 1 hour. And sometimes, some Sundays, probably I have some help. I ask for some help for 2 3 hours, and also to enjoy some time with my husband.
Yeah, that's it. It's getting the
Otherwise,
balance, isn't it? It's getting
yeah,
the balance
because you
right.
need to balance, and you need every day you need to find your balance. I
Yeah, you
mean,
do, and, you've got a garden studio, haven't you, which, sounds
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
you work from, but I don't know what it's like for you, but whenever I'm trying to work, with my little girls around, so this is how it goes in our house, right? So when my husband works from home, she leaves him alone for about 8 or 9 hours, so he just gets on with it, and he's there in the room at his computer typing away, don't bother him. I go upstairs into my studio, which you can see here, it's very messy. I get about 2.5 minutes before I hear these little feet come up the stairs, knock on the door. Mummy, will you play with me? I'm like, I've had 2.5 minutes. Like, my husband's had 8 hours where you've not even bothered him. It's so funny. I mean, it is what it is. She's little. And of course,
Yeah, it is because they want to. Well, they want to come.
I
They
want to be with you. Do they come into your studio in your
Yeah,
garden?
they come and they say, "Oh, this is Pashmisy, mummy." Yes.
You get 'em work. I try
"Oh,
and get
that's
'em working.
Pashmisy." Yes. Yeah.
Get them do some jobs for you. Never too
Yeah,
young.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say 3 4 months ago was only the eldest one talking about Pashmizi, and he was doing, "Oh, you are doing Pashmizi? Oh, wow!" And I said, "Which color do you like?" And he said, "Yeah, I like that one because I love red." Okay, fine. And the little one, he wasn't that involved. I'd say he wasn't understanding that much. But as soon as
Yes.
it triggered 3 years old, now it's so, "You are Pashmizi, mommy." I said, "Ooh,
It's nice
what?"
when they say the name, isn't it? When they say your business name, it's a really weird
Yeah,
feeling.
now the little one is talking, "Oh, this is Pashmisi." He's talking many times.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
cute. My little girl says that. She says, I've got two.
but
She
my stock is in
goes,
the garden studio, and they know they can't touch anything because everything is covered, everything, and they know they're very good on this. I mean, when I
yes.
tell them you don't need to touch this, you don't need, okay, fine, because it's your business, it's your job. I can't touch it.
Yeah, it's good to
So
train them early.
yeah, they
Definitely.
they they look at it and they come and say, "Oh, mommy, you're Pashmizi." So
Oh, I love it. And do you have a stock of scarves in your studio then? Do you
yeah,
have the
yeah,
one
yeah. I
on
have
the website?
everything
Everything's
on
all
the
there.
studio. Everything is in the studio because the garden studio is quite, let's say, it's quite big.
It's a good
So
size, yeah. Oh, I'm
it's
jealous. I really want one. I've wanted one for
a,
years.
it's a good size. I mean, for having as an office. I mean, it's a bit of mess, definitely, because it's like a warehouse. It's an office.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes I have also like a baggie.
Do you know what? You know, when you're on Instagram and you see people's workrooms, they just take these perfect pictures of their offices, don't they? With their pens laid out perfectly and their notepads. Well, that is not the reality. A working
No,
office
no, my
is not
reality,
like that.
no. I have their picture, my kids' pictures, definitely.
Yeah.
I have pens everywhere. I have boxing. I have the inner packaging, the outer packaging. I have the printer. Probably I have two printers here.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? I have one buggy and two car seats, let's say.
It's a
Oh,
card. I love it.
yeah, I have everything. And well,
The way it is. This is what happens to us when
yeah,
we're
it
entrepreneurs.
is. I mean, the good thing with the scarves is they don't take too much space. So
Yes,
this is
true.
a good thing with the good scarves.
Yeah.
So because they are very, very light because they are lightweighting. And so
That
it,
makes them perfect for posting as well, doesn't it? Like you could
yeah,
literally keep postage costs down. They would go
yeah.
to the letterbox, I'm guessing. We,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly. It's very, very good. So at the end, you need just a small space to have
yeah.
for the scarves, and because I have hanged them in a rail to be them very nice.
Oh,
So
lovely. So they're all kept really beautiful. But it's like a gorgeous wardrobe, isn't it, when you walk in there? But they're all lined up beautifully.
exactly, exactly. It's everything. I mean, I take care of them
Yeah,
definitely,
of
and they are
course.
covered as well, so they are not gonna um, be harmed by someone. They are not gonna be touched by someone. Not at all. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like going in a warehouse, in a big, big warehouse. So this is how I. But mine is small
it's brilliant,
because
exactly. And
yeah,
one day you may have a massive warehouse and you
yeah, one day, we
be
might.
supplying everywhere. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We
You
can.
are in a few stores in London, aren't you, as well, though? You're on a few independent stores.
I have been
You have,
doing,
yeah,
yes, yes, yes. I've been doing few pop-up stores.
yeah,
I think I did three, four probably. Now I'm still looking for some other deals, probably in central London. Let's see.
yeah. I can imagine it's not cheap that as well, having to rent
Yes, yes,
space and
yes,
stuff.
yes. It's not that cheap because we know London is quite expensive. But yeah, I mean, let's see if we are gonna manage
Yeah,
to have another pop up store with other brands, which makes it easier. I would say.
definitely. And you're
Yeah.
in the place. You're in the place where people have got the money. It's the capital city. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to get your products out there.
Well, I what I want for my let's say my potential client is when he or she buys the scarves is to think about, oh, I bought something from Made in Italy, which is 100% made in Italy.
Yes,
And I bought from this lady, who is a scarves lady, let's say. So, yeah. I mean, there is a story behind, definitely.
there
So,
is. There is, and you can feel your passion for it. You love talking about it, and you
I
know,
love talking about it. And I can tell
if,
you, I'm not a person that I love being filmed or whatever. I get so shy,
oh,
definitely.
you're doing great.
I'm more a person. If I meet you in a coffee, probably I'll talk to you all day long, not
Yeah,
a problem. But if you record me,
yeah,
I get so emotional. But now I'm getting used to because um, I'm doing a lot of social media on
yes.
Instagram, and I have to put my face definitely. And I
You do.
remember when I first set up my business, everyone saying, listen, you need to put your face on social media.
Mhm.
No, no way. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that.
I think a lot of us
"Mm,
feel like that,
very
definitely.
important to know the owner. It's very, very important. No, 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 no. I can't do that. I said, I will never, never do it. Well, I did.
There you are, like,
Yeah.
doing your little scarf
On
demo.
the website, I
Yeah.
mean, I think a month ago, none of my picture was there. But then I read the about us. And I said, well, I'm talking about me, about Isida, but here is a picture of the model. So probably the client would say, is she Isida, that model? I need to put my picture. And this is what I did. And
Yes, the
then I'll
pics.
say that as soon as I put that picture, probably I had more, how to say, traffic.
Yes,
I
definitely,
tend
because
to have
people know there's a real person
people
there.
was contacting me and was asking me, "Do you deliver US? Do you deliver that? Do that?" And I said, "Okay, now I need to take a decision." And I contacted the courier company and said, "I need to set up an account, please. I need to sell here, 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 here. Are you able?" Yes. Okay, fine. Let's do
Brilliant.
an agreement. And yeah, and this is what I did.
That's fantastic. I know, I mean, it's your website is just so professional. I absolutely love it. I
Oh,
love
thank
the
you.
models you've got on there. Where do you find these beautiful women to model your things? I mean,
It's
that's like the
a
best.
lot of researches, a lot of
Really?
researches, a lot, a
Did
lot.
you hire them to come in and
Yeah,
wear the
yeah.
scarves? Yeah.
You have to hire them because
Yeah,
I mean, I respect everyone who is working because, in my opinion, if you need a something professional, you need to pay for their
I agree.
time.
Yeah.
And also, you live in London, and London is very expensive. Um, so you need to respect them,
No,
definitely.
you're 100% right. There's so many people I think that, they do expect things for free, and you just have to appreciate somebody's value, don't you? And be
Yeah,
like,
to
you've got these
appreciate.
models, they're doing you a job, they're selling your product for you. and you pay them what they're worth, and that's what you've done. And you can tell it's reflected on your website. It looks so professional.
Yes, yes.
Same with the photography as well. You hired a photographer, didn't you?
Exactly. No, no, no. You have to hire a professional photographer, and also the models need to be professional, because otherwise, um, the photographer is going to have troubles, and which means that it's going to take longer and longer hours for him or
Mhm.
her to take the picture. So everyone needs to be professional to know what they are doing, because
Yeah.
otherwise, it's time consuming.
Well, I'll tell you, if you'd have photographed me, I would have been a nightmare. I wouldn't. I'm never happy. I'm never happy with any photos. I'd be like, "Oh, do that one again. Do that one again."
Well, the photographers, they are very, very good, I would say. Definitely. They are very, very good, because even myself, I'm not very good in doing pictures. So, no, 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 no. I'm not very nice on my picture. All the time, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Delete it. Delete
the
it. Delete
same.
it. But they are very, very good, because they know how to capture, how to take the picture. They know this. But however, when you are setting up, you are a photo shooting for websites, professional websites, then you need also, the other part needs to be professional.
It does.
Um,
It just sells the whole product for you, doesn't
of
it?
course,
And
I'm not hiring the best model in the world, but
they're
you,
wonderful. They're absolutely
you
fantastic.
have to, and you have to respect everyone and to treat them worthy. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
you need to treat them as a human being. I mean, this is my principle and my mentality, I would
Me
say.
too. Me too,
Yeah.
definitely. I wanted to ask you as well about just one piece of advice that you would give to women who are starting a business, because you came from a background of interior design, didn't you? And you took the leap and you did this. You went into self-employment. Um, but what would you maybe say to some people who are hesitant about doing it? They're thinking about it, but they're just not quite sure if they've got the confidence to do it. I mean, what would you tell them?
Well, I mean, I am a person that no one showed me the confidence, I would say, in all my entire life. I mean, probably no one have been telling me, "You are very good. You are this. You are, go do it." So
Were you quite low in confidence, would you say?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was quite low. I didn't know, but when I first moved to UK, I realized that the people was saying to me, "I like you, how you work. I like you," and was boosting my confidence. Not because I paid them or whatever, no, because but I was doing a great job for them, and they were praising me,
Yeah,
and this boosted my confidence a lot. And also, if you have someone close to you, like a husband or a friend, I was lucky because, and I'm still lucky because my husband, he also helps me with a
yeah,
confidence. And the reason of starting that is also thanks to him,
yes.
because he pushed me and he told me, "You are able to do it, go and do it." Rather than being unhappy, it's better
Mhm.
that you tried and you did it.
I agree,
Succeeded or
totally.
not succeeded, doesn't matter, but at least you tried.
Yes.
So, yeah,
How?
this is what I would say to anyone. If you need to try, I mean, you don't know what
Mhm.
is going to happen, but if you really love something, you need to try. And I'm a very determined person.
Me too, yeah.
I mean, not stubborn. No,
Well, I am a little bit.
I wouldn't say no, but I'm very determined. And if I wanted to achieve something, uh, I want to try until the end.
Yeah,
And when I see that it's nothing to do, then I go back. I said, okay, I tried and I did. But
yeah,
yes,
I agree.
definitely, you need to try for everything, and you need to have people around who helps you with a confidence, helps you, supporting you. Um,
It's not
Emotionally,
exactly.
mentally, yes, you
It's
need.
about asking for help when you need it, I think, isn't it? Knowing what you're stuck on, what you need help with, and reaching out and not being afraid to ask. I'm terrible for admitting that I need help, but I'm getting better,
I
and
am the same.
learning.
I am the same, because I want to do everything by myself.
Hmm. Me too.
I don't want to ask help because it seems like I'm bothering them,
Yeah,
and I don't want this. But it depends. I mean, if you have a very good friend, or if you have, I mean, of course, a husband or a sister or your mom, and I mean, you have a very good relationship in this, then why not asking?
I agree.
Mm.
Definitely. I mean, that's fantastic. Can you share any, excuse me, any motivational quotes or anything, mantras that keep you going? Like, do you have anything in your office that maybe you look at and it inspires you? Or, what is it that you sort of live by?
Well, in my office, I don't have anything rather than books and scarves. But when I see the scarves, yes, this is what
Keep
is.
you going.
When I see that scarves, I mean, I think they are really pushing me to keep going, keep
Yeah.
going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And
And
I
that's the
know when it's a startup at the beginning, you are not gonna. Uh, you can't see the results like straight away. It's bits by bits, bits by bits, bits by bits.
yeah.
But you need to think about where were you at the starting point and where are you now. I mean, of course, the graphics like that, but
Yes.
it means that you have the grow. I mean, position you have grown, and also it goes down because this is also the life
Of
every
course
day.
it does. And I think it's really important what you said about knowing where you started from, because I'm doing a podcast episode, I think next week, about success and what it means to you and how your definition of success changes over time. And for me, like, I was thinking about it, and this podcast, for example, I started a year ago. Now, I didn't know anybody, I didn't have anybody on as an interview. I just started it up in my bedroom, pressing record on my phone and seeing if anyone would listen to it. And now, like, I'm really pleased that I think I've got something like 22 different countries are listening to it.
You
I have
see?
a good following. Okay, I'm not mega famous with it, but I made it onto the Apple podcast charts, which I thought was amazing. And people are listening. They're tuning in and looking forward to it. I didn't have that last year. So what was it going to be like next year? And the same for Pashmisy as well, looking at where you started, where you are now, and looking again in, say, this time in 2025, you'll probably notice you've come so far. Who knows where you will be? You might be
Yeah,
stocking in
but I can only
Selfridges,
tell
anywhere.
you then I'm about to launch the new collection, and now is in transit because it's coming from Italy to here.
Oh,
So
exciting.
in a few days should be with me.
Yeah,
It's just a first part because then I need to wait also for the second part because sometimes they are not on the same time ready. So
yes,
that's
of course.
why I need to do into shipments.
Wow. Is it
So,
like an
for
autumn
example,
collection then? Is that what it
yeah,
is?
it's the autumn collection, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh, me
I mean,
too.
uh, uh, you when you choose a collection, you see the samples, but I need to see the full, like the full
Yeah.
length and everything. So I can't wait. And yeah, this is another thing. For example, last year I was waiting my first collection. Now I'm waiting probably the third collection because I also launched in spring, and now I'm launching the other one in autumn winter. So yeah,
Fabulous. I mean, I can't wait to see that. If anybody wants to have a look on your website as well, I'm going to put the link to your
thank you.
website and your social media pages. I'll put it on the show notes of this episode. So all you need to do is just, for everybody listening, just click on the links. It'll take you straight through to Izzy's website. So there's some beautiful scarves on there. For Christmas presents, I had this conversation with my friend yesterday. We are buying small this year. We are buying from small businesses because it means so much. Like, I'm ditching Amazon this year, unless I really need some like last minute things, but I am going for things like your stuff. It's so beautiful, and
Oh,
they
thank
just
you.
they are.
I
They make
really
gorgeous
appreciate
gifts.
it. I really
At
appreciate.
all, honestly.
Yeah, because I believe on buying on small
It
businesses.
keeps us going,
I
you know?
think they take more of you as as a client, rather than when you are a big company, you are just a
Yes.
number.
Absolutely. It means so much to us, and it's true. We actually
Yeah.
do a little happy dance when someone places an order with us, don't we? We're like, yes,
Yes,
it pops
exactly,
up.
exactly.
Brilliant. Oh, it's been so lovely chatting to you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Honestly, really enjoyed it. So
Oh,
yeah,
I really enjoyed it too. I mean,
so
I
good.
did my first one. Ooh,
You did. It's
it's an
amazing.
achievement for me, you see? Another
Honestly,
achievement.
absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next with Pashmisy. I say I follow you avidly on social media
Oh,
anyway.
thank you. I know.
Yeah,
I
I will
hope you
pop
have
this.
too, definitely, because I love it, what you are doing.
Thank you. That's all I want to do. I want to help people as much as possible. Get their business out there, because I know when I started my stationery business, people that featured me on their blogs or offered me a platform, it made a difference. It actually got me out there and it helped me get seen, and that's why my business took off. So I'm a great supporter of helping women do the same thing and getting their business off the ground, which is why I started her Handmade Hustle up. So yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Thank you. And I'm
you're
so happy
welcome.
that I contacted you. I mean,
I know, and you found me on Google, which showed me that like my
you
actual
have done a great job.
is working. So
Yes.
thank
Yeah.
you. Honestly, it's been lovely having you.
Oh,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
joining me, Izzy. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you so much.
Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye. Bye bye.
Oh, it was so lovely meeting Izzy. She really is a wonderful lady, like truly committed to making a real success of her business, as I'm sure that you felt through her interview. And after the interview, she whizzed her camera around to show me her studio space, and she does, in fact, have a buggy and two car seats in there, as she mentioned to us. So then I just felt like obliged to sort of move my webcam slightly to the left to reveal what I had in my studio, and that was my daughter's play kitchen right behind me, a massive bag of clothes to go to the charity shop, and some Christmas decorations, sorry, that were meant to go in the loft last year. Didn't bother. And I just thought, what's the point now? It's September. I might as well keep them down here. I'll be out again in a couple of months. So, yeah, the realities of home office, to say. But on that note, if you want to brighten up your workspace, or maybe you would like some fierce and funny wall decor in your office that's going to make you smile every time you enter the room, then you need to check out my new Etsy shop for Her Handmade Hustle. You'll find all of my new digital prints on there, and I'm adding more regularly as I come up with them. They're for female bosses like you, and I'm just loving designing them. They're making me smile as I'm doing them, so hopefully you'll like them too. And I'm also documenting my journey of setting up and running an Etsy shop, which is all being released on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check it out, you'll find the links to both my YouTube channel and my Etsy shop in the show notes. So please do head over and have a look at that. Thank you once again for listening. I'll be back next Wednesday with another episode of the Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged podcast. See you then.